Hello, Texans fans. I'm your host, Jeremy Chuggs, and coming up on today's show, we've got two great segments for you. We have the latest Texans injury news. I'm going to be breaking down who's going to be playing, who's not going to be playing up against the Panthers this week, and C.J. Stroud. Is he a top 10 quarterback in the league already? I think so. A couple of us know, but now I have some numbers to back it up. I have a couple statistics that I want to show you, so stick around for the back half because you'll be surprised how many statistics CJ is top 10 in. But before we get started, I just want to show some love to everybody out there who's been watching my videos and who already share it on Twitter, because I know a lot of you take some time out of your day to watch these videos, to share my videos on Twitter. So I want to show some love to everybody who's sharing my videos. I know a bunch of you already do it, but if you want to be part of the share gang here on Texans Today, click the share button, select the Twitter icon, and click post to Twitter, and tag me at Jeremy Chuggs. This is what my profile picture looks like, just my face. If you do those steps on my next video this week, I'm going to be giving everybody who shares this video a shout out. I already want to thank Adam Martinez. I know he shares all my videos. I know a couple other people do as well. But if you want to take the extra step, my videos here are free. I do it for Texans fans just like you out there. If you want to take the next step, say, hey, how can I help support the channel? This right here, this is a way to do it. Click the share button, select Twitter icon, click post to Twitter, and tag me at Jeremy Chuggs. Without further ado, let's get to the latest news of the day. Juice Scruggs has still not returned to the active roster after coming off short-term IR. Hasn't really practiced. So could he be out for the year? I don't know. I mean, he's had that lingering issue. I mean, those soft tissue injuries, they're really a killer. But I mean, we look at the Texans' unofficial depth chart. He's not even on there. He's not even back at practice yet. So it kind of worried me a little bit. I'm glad to see Josh Jones and Tytus Howard back at his normal position, which is right tackle. But not seeing Juice still on there has me a little bit worried. The second-round pick for the Texans has not been able to get in since getting injured in that last preseason game up against the Saints. So now it has me wondering, will he be out the whole season? Now, I talked to our rules analyst here at Chat Sports, Tom Downey, and he kind of gave me the lay of the land. He said, players after coming off short-term IR, once they start practicing, they have a 21-day window to return to the team's active roster once they start practicing. If they do not return to the team's active roster after that 21-day window after they return to practice, then he's out for the entire season. But the thing is, Juice Scruggs, he hasn't even practiced yet. He hasn't even been out there. So that 21-day window hasn't even started for him. But I wonder, I mean, if he hasn't practiced already, he's been out for a while. He was out the first 4 weeks, and then he's been out since then already. What are we at, week 8, week 9? We're on week 8, so we still haven't seen Juice, and it's week 8. He hasn't even practiced yet. So do the Texans say, hey, I know it's not college, but a redshirt year for Juice? I mean, he's the second-round pick for the Texans. The Texans were expecting him to bring something to the middle of this offensive line, which thank the Lord for Jarrett Patterson, because if we didn't draft him in the late rounds, in the 6th round out of Notre Dame, I don't know what the Texans would be doing for their interior offensive line for the center position. But I'm a little bit concerned because I wanted to see Juice play. What about you? Where are you sitting at with Juice Scruggs? Are you concerned about him and his health and if he's going to play at all this season? Give me a yes, give me a no in the comment section. I want to hear from you, your concern level on Juice Scruggs. I'm somewhat concerned, but at the same time, we've seen these soft tissue injuries. If you're a Texans fan, you already know the plight of Will Fuller. His hamstrings were cotton candy. So you don't want to rush these injuries back too soon because re-injuring them and having to go through that healing process again is a B word. And you don't want to go through that once, twice, 3 times over. So I want him to get fully healthy. I'm a little bit concerned because of how long it's taking, but also we don't know. There's no rhyme or rhythm. There's no it's definitely 4 or 5 weeks with this kind of injury because soft tissue injuries, they heal differently for everybody. So I don't want to rush him back if he's not ready, but it is concerning that he's been out for this long. Now, what isn't concerning is that Josh Jones, who the Texans traded for early on, he's back in the starting lineup. He is going to be the starting left guard according to the unofficial depth chart. He's going to be sliding in there next to Jeremy Tunsil, and then Tytus Howard, who's been playing at left guard, George Fant at right tackle, they're going to slide him over to right tackle now. So the Texans' offensive line getting a little bit healthier as we get through the season. That's what you want in your bye week. You want to get healthier. You want to get some guys back. So Josh Jones, some good news on the injury front there. Derek Stingley, though. I mean, mum's been the word with DeMeco Ryans around Derek Stingley. He just says like, oh, he's on the right track. He's looking good. He's on the right recovery track, but he's still not returning this week. Hopefully, in the next couple weeks, we see the return of Derek Stingley. But I mean, this is a big year for the kid. I know it's only his second season in the league, but when you get drafted ahead of a guy like Sauce Gardner at the same position as you, it's a big year for you. So I really want to see Derek Stingley come back. I want to see him succeed with this team. I'm not saying that he's going to be as good as Sauce Gardner, but I still think he's a really talented corner. So I want to see what the B can do. Give me Derek Stingley back soon. Hopefully he heals up after this Panthers game. But a corner that is returning, Tavierre Thomas. He was on the fence about returning in week 6, but didn't end up playing. This bye week really gave him that opportunity for that hand to heal. Tavierre Thomas starting in the nickel spot for the Texans this year. A welcome return for this Texans defense. And a welcome return to this Texans offense, the rookie Tank Dell, the kid out of H-Town. He was electric at the beginning of the year, then got injured, has been out for a couple weeks, but everything is looking like he's on track to return, if not this week, next week. So good news there on Tank Dell. And coming up after this ad break, C.J. Stroud. Is he a top 10 quarterback? Is he? I think so. I've got the numbers to prove it, so stick around and check that out. But first, got to show some love to Prize Picks. Got to show some love to Prize Picks because I'll tell you what, before this, daily fantasy, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that accessible. But now with Prize Picks, it's daily fantasy made easy. It's so accessible for everybody at home, and you can get started today. Prize Picks is the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. We want to take a look at my picks here in a second. C.J. Stroud, I'm taking the more on 239.5 pass yards. And I'm taking the more on Mike Evans, 60.5 receiving yards. The kid out of G-Ball, he's the #1 target for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So give me the more on that. I think both these will hit. And if you want to take my picks, if you want to use my picks, go ahead and use them over at Prize Picks. Just go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. It's the most fun I've had playing daily fantasy sports. So go ahead and get started today. I'll say it one more time for you. prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. It's Prize Picks. Daily fantasy sports made easy. And now, what also is made easy is our offense now that we have this guy at quarterback. C.J. Stroud is turning everyone into believers of C.J. Stroud. Yeah, but is he a top 10 quarterback? Before I get into the numbers, I want to hear from you folks at home. Rank C.J. Stroud among quarterbacks right now. Is he top 10? Do you think he's the 7th best quarterback? Is he the #1 quarterback in the NFL? Suck it, Patrick Mahomes. We'll see. But here's some numbers to back it up for you real quick. Some top 10 statistics for C.J. Stroud. He's 10th in pass yards at 1,660 this season. Great job passing the football by C.J. Stroud. Interceptions, giving the ball away, he's 2nd with 1 interception. Great job by C.J. Stroud taking care of the ball. Usually where a lot of rookies struggle is not throwing picks by not giving the ball away. He's been the opposite. He's been really good at keeping the ball in the Texans' hands. Yards per attempt, you might be like, oh, he's been conservative. That's why he's not throwing interceptions. He's actually 4th in yards per attempt at 7.8 yards. And yards per completion, he's actually 1st at 13.1 yards. So he's been pushing the ball down the field. It's not like he's just been dinking and dunking. He's been doing a great job at excelling this Texans offense. And you see it in his passer rating as well. He's 10th at 96.3. He's been doing a great job all around passing the football. All these numbers right here just prove it even more. And I'll get into more statistics in just a moment. But before I do, you got to subscribe. You got to subscribe to Texans Today if you want daily Texans news and rumors when breaking news happens. Whenever there's injury news, whenever there's anything around the team, it's your one-stop shop for Texans news. That was a tongue twister. Say it 10 times fast. And also, while you're saying it 10 times fast, go down and subscribe to the channel or send this link right here, youtube.com/TexansTV to a couple of your Texans friends. You will not regret it. Now, some more statistics to get to. Yak per completion, so that's yards after catch per completion. He's 4th. So he's putting his receivers in great position. Once they catch the ball, they're not getting immediately smoked. They're able to get the ball up the field and really get those extra yards after the catch. And you might be saying, oh, well, the offensive line, they've just been keeping him upright. He's actually 10th in the NFL in pressure percentage. That means the amount of times he's being pressured on dropbacks, he's actually 10th in the NFL on that. Not saying it's the offensive line's fault or saying that they're bad this season, but it's not like he's had a perfectly clean pocket throughout the whole year. He's really good in the second half as well. Second half passer rating, he's 6th at 99.2. So in crunch time, when it matters the most, C.J. Stroud, he has been excellent for the Texans. He has been on point for this team when going into the second half. So great job by C.J. Stroud right there. And once they get into the red zone, he's been able to convert. He's 8th in touchdown passes inside the 10 with 5 touchdown passes. Great job by C.J. Stroud. Once you get down in the red zone, it's really deflating if you have to kick a field goal. The Texans, luckily, they've been able to get a lot of touchdowns in the red zone this year. Shout out to Bobby Slowick and the Texans offensive staff. But great job also by C.J. Stroud finding those open targets. And third down conversion passing. This might be an underrated stat, but when you have your team on third down and you really need a first down, that is huge. That is demoralizing to a defense whenever you're able to keep on getting first down after first down after first down. He is currently 1st in the NFL in third down conversion in passing with 30 first downs when he passes the ball on third down. Great job by C.J. Stroud, able to keep this Texans offense on the field and the Texans defense off the field. So I went ahead and I made a list. Here's my top 10 quarterbacks this season. Patrick Mahomes at 1, Lamar at 2, Tua at 3, Josh Allen at 4, Jared Goff at 5, C.J. Stroud at 6, Kirk Cousins at 7, Jalen Hurts at 8, and Matthew Stafford at 9, Brock Purdy at 10. I know it's the wrong Josh Allen. Our database put the wrong Josh Allen in there. Boo me in the comments. Throw the tomatoes. Tomato. I know it's the wrong Josh Allen. It's okay. It's okay. But along with that, I want you to roast me. I asked my producer, Petey, to roast me earlier. I can't lie. I got my feelings a little bit. But I want you to tell me what you honestly feel about my top 10 list. Roast me about having the wrong Josh Allen. I want you to give it to me. Give me your worst. Roast me in the comment section on my top 10 list. But hey, it's not easy. If you want to as well, put your top 10 list. Tell me where you would rank the top 10 quarterbacks this season. Thank you all for joining me on today's show. That's all I got for you. If you want to follow me on Twitter at Jeremy Chuggs, and make sure you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you're not alive. And if you're not alive, you're not living. And if you're not living, you're not enjoying this Texans team because they have turned it around this season. You're doing a great job for H-Town. Thank you all for watching and hope you have a great day.